When we think about cinema, many aspiring filmmakers think first about the camera, the frame, the light, the movement, but Akira Kurosawa thought the opposite way. For him, cinema didn't begin on set. It began on a blank page. Kurosawa once said something very clear. To be a director, you must first write screenplays. Only through writing can you understand the structure of cinema.
あれはこう癖っていうか平均で書けるようにならないと退屈な作業が。
And this wasn't a poetic quote. It was a method. Kurosawa didn't treat the screenplay as a bureaucratic step before shooting. He treated it as an architectural blueprint. Because if the blueprint is flawed, it doesn't matter how expensive the paint is. The building will collapse. The screenplay as narrative economy. Writing forces you to make decisions. Every scene has to justify its existence. Every action has to push the story forward. Kurosawa believed that if you couldn't express an emotion clearly with words, you wouldn't be able to express it with a camera either. The screenplay teaches you something fundamental. What is essential and what is just noise. Before thinking about how to film a scene, you learn why it needs to exist. Rhythm isn't fixed in the edit. There's a common idea in modern filmmaking. Rhythm is found in the editing room. Kurosawa didn't agree. For him, rhythm is planted in the screenplay, in the length of scenes, in the silences, in when you enter and when you leave an action. When you write, you start to understand tension as a narrative tool, not as a technical trick. And that understanding follows you onto the set. It guides your blocking. It guides your camera choices. It even guides the actors. If you want to direct like a professional, stop chasing the cinematic look through filters and plugins. Start here. Take a simple idea. For example, a reunion. Write it in 3 one-page versions. 1. Using only dialogue. 2. Using only visual action. 3. Combining both. This exercise will teach you more about staging, rhythm, and storytelling than any 10-minute camera tutorial ever could, because it forces you to think the way Kurosawa did, from story to image, not the other way around. Directing is not about moving a camera. It's about protecting a vision, and that vision is born in the screenplay. Kurosawa understood this deeply. A director who doesn't write is like a captain without a compass. If you want to learn how to structure stories like the great masters, because before you shoot unforgettable images, you need to know what story you're telling. And if you want to keep learning how to see cinema like a filmmaker, subscribe.